Hello everybody! Today we're going to unbox, take a close-up look and test the Argos Home Skandi paper shade. So let's go ahead and open up the box. So in this box is an Argos Home Skandi paper shade, and this one is in grey. It's also available in white. And taking a look around the details of the box packaging. And now let's go ahead and open it up. Of course, cutting apart the sticky tape that's keeping the box securely sealed. So just scoring and cutting through on the white, I beg your pardon, the clear packing tape that's keeping the box securely sealed. And just popping up the box tab and taking a look directly inside this Argos Home Skandi paper shades box packaging. And let's pop the contents out. And of course doing so very carefully, given that this shade is made from paper, and just checking through, making sure nothing else is left behind in the box packaging. We can close it back up and just setting it to the side, so just setting it on the right hand side of the table, and of course just spreading the contents across the tabletop so you have a nice and full view of the contents from this Argos Home Skandi paper shades box packaging. Okay, so let's start off by first taking a look at this folded up piece of paper and just spreading it open so you can see the details on it. So just giving you a look right there, front and back, and taking a close-up look. It is a care and instruction manual for the paper lampshade, and there are the details and cautionary information for the lampshade. And taking a look at the back, giving you a close-up look to the details on the installation steps for this lampshade. So just setting that to the side, and of course moving on to the lampshade itself. So we do have the Argos Home Skandi paper shade, which is packaged in a recyclable clear plastic bag. And of course make sure we recycle or reuse that bag thoughtfully, and keeping that away from babies, children and animals. Now taking a look at the lampshade, and you can see that it is packaged up and of course secured with these paper bands. So being careful here to open these paper rings or bands up so that we can unpack the lampshade. So doing so very carefully, of course. And of course make sure that you read and understand the instructions thoroughly before attempting to install or handle the lampshade. So all three paper rings removed. We can now take a look at what the lampshade looks like. So this is the Argos Home Skandi paper shade. So just expanding the lampshade so you can see it does have an accordion style type of expansion. So right there, the lampshade opened and expanded, and it does have the hook and loop fasteners at the ends of this lampshade. So you can see right there the texture of the hook and loop or fabric type fastening right across the edges on the inner side of this lampshade. Okay, so let's go ahead and see if we can pull it all the way across and getting it to seal. So just doing so very loosely as best we can right here, lining the edges up. Of course, doing so with a camcorder and tripod in the way isn't the easiest thing, but nonetheless, just giving you a look at how it might appear if done correctly. So let's start off from the top first, perhaps. As you can see, giving you a look right there. So you can see there is a fair amount of tension across this lampshade, but obviously I've not pressed it down fully, still letting the form take shape. And of course we want to do so very carefully, right there and right there, giving you a look as to the edges and sealing it up. So you can see it is a bit fiddly right here, and the edges do require a bit of finessing to get them to line up. So there we've managed to straighten out the edges somewhat, and as we press down to provide that seal, and of course I can feel that we don't have full contact on the fastening strips as yet, and it might just pop open again, but I'm just going through it over the edges once again, applying that pressure. So you can see right there that we do have the Argos Home Skandi paper shade assembled. So let me just shift the contents across so they don't get in the way too much of the foreground as we look at this paper shade. So the paper shade measures 32 centimeters tall and 42 centimeters in diameter or across. So you can see, giving you a look right here, it does have a very, very pale gray finish. So it's nearly an off-white color rather than a dark or solid gray. So you can see, giving you a look at the bottom and the other details of this lampshade. So it does have a label there, product label at the bottom fin of this lampshade, but nonetheless giving you a look top down as well, and giving you as many aspects of this Argos Home lampshade as I can, placing my hand on top to give you some sense of the scale and size of this lampshade. So right there, tilting it towards the camcorder so you have a direct top-down view. So once again, measuring 42 centimeters in diameter or across and 32 centimeters tall. So we're just giving you a look at the various aspects and bottom view. So around a look at this paper shade in grey and top down as well. You can just about make out the rings on top as well as the bottom to give it its structure and shape. So once again, right there, giving you a full or nearly full unobstructed view, at least my hands being out of the way, so you have a better sense of the overall design of this paper shade. And give you a much closer in look to the material, which is paper, having a smooth paper finish. And plain and matte in texture and appearance. And now let's go ahead and install it and see how it looks fitted onto a pendant ceiling fixture.